So today I'm going to show you how to do a camera and a lens replacement on a 13 Pro. I'm going to point out, I know there are a bunch of videos online where they basically just pick all the glass out from the outside, but the problem is that you end up getting all, as you can see, there's just a gaping hole in here, and you end up getting all this dust on the actual camera, and just cleaning it out with isopropyl alcohol or any sort of other solvent, like you can see all these specks right here. There's no way to remove those by just using a Q-tip and some sort of cleaner. And the unfortunate part is you end up having to actually replace the rear camera. So that's what I'm going to show you in this video. I already started by opening the screen and then realized I wasn't recording. So I'm going to leave a link for a video showing you how to remove the screen on one of these. Emphasis on doing it without damaging it because they're expensive and obviously you want to reuse this. And if you end up wanting any of these tools, I'm going to leave a link for them in the description. But I'm going to remove some of my plates, disconnect my battery, remove this. So the first and last thing that you always disconnect is the battery. Just because the phone is turned off doesn't mean, just because the phone is turned off, as long as the battery is connected, there's still juice running through the board. So I usually use my fingernail, but you can't get that on video. As long as you're not using metal, just pop it off with a chisel in. Do the same thing with your, I always want to call this the ear speaker. That's prior models. All right. Now this one comes out pretty easily. From here, it's just a matter of removing the old glass and then cleaning up the, the surface. So that's a couple of steps. So glass removal, then we're gonna use a razor blade to clean up the remaining adhesive. Then I'm gonna use a Q-tip and some isopropyl alcohol to prep the surface. Then I'm gonna put on my new adhesive and lens. I'll try to remember this if I do a voiceover, but there are different lenses that you can get. And I'm going to leave a link for them if I can find one on Amazon. So a couple of things I'm going to mention. Unless you get your rear camera through Apple's self-service program, which is like almost $200. A couple of things I'm going to mention ahead of time. If you get your rear camera done through anyone else but Apple's self-service program, you're going to have a message that pops up in your settings, which just says something to the effect of unknown or not genuine or unable to confirm or whatever the language is. When you're reading this, it's BS. Let me know your thoughts down below. But yeah, it's totally anti-right to repair. Apple can suck it, but whatever. It is what it is. Let's remove our camera lens. I'm using a heat gun, which doesn't reach over here, so I'm going to have to do this off camera. So there is a proper side, so just keep that in mind. One is typically duller than the other, so just hold it up to a light. Yeah, we can clearly tell. And then I like to just sort of keep it on here, lay it down, and that's it. Now, that being said, I still verify that I don't have any dust or debris on either one of those lenses on the inside, because the last thing I want to have to do is disassemble everything the second time. Now we're gonna put our screen back on. Once again, make sure that your battery is disconnected. Now, out of habit, I like to check the functionality of the camera before I put the rest of my plates back in. There's the infamous camera message. So you'll see the message there, or when you go to your about page. So in this case, the language is unable to determine if your camera is a genuine Apple part. So for anyone that missed it a second ago, there's no way to get rid of this outside of ordering your parts directly through Apple and paying an arm and a leg. So 1, 2, and 3, and then I'll also check portrait. So in this case, everything is good. So I can proceed with installing the rest of my retaining plates. So our tri-wing goes here, and then right here and here, and then our Phillips goes here, here, and here. So in no particular order, you just seat the screen. If it sits flush, we can move on to our sides. Crunch, crunch. Name that YouTuber. And that's it.